Well, this is what this show is all about. It's about bringing you different things that you can do with your London nightlife. So forget the club. What if your next Saturday night out was about picking up a racket, sipping a shot, and vibes into some Afro beats under neon lights, eh? Padel is one of the fastest growing sports in the world right now, and it's getting a remix. Shot4Shot Padel is where fitness meets fun, and London's social space gets a whole new third space. Joining us now is Lemzi, co-founder of Shot4Shot Padel, a fresh take on nightlife that mixes games, music, and yes, actual shots, Lemzi.
Actual shots, yeah.
Is that safe?
Very. We're going to make sure that people hit a certain limit where it's safe.
I'm about to say, because some of us could get a bit,
Yeah, you've seen me as well, so I'm gonna make sure that I set pace on that one.
But welcome to the show, Lemzi.
Thank you for having me, man. That was a dope intro as well.
Thank you.
Even I was like, I need to write some of this down.
Yeah, well, that's what I do. Yes. I could charge. I'm joking. Okay. But you're not a stranger to the show before. You've been on a show talking about your music.
That's right.
And now you're talking about a whole new venture. But it's kind of doing a 360.
Yeah.
Because it's sport and you are no stranger to rackets and balls, are you?
Rackets and balls. I like the way you framed that, but yeah. Rackets and balls.
So come and tell us about what you done for the country, I believe.
Yeah, so my sister was more for the country, but I'll do the whole spiel. So growing up, racket sports was a big part of just my identity, and particularly squash. So from the age of 9-10 years old, my dad introduced me and my sister, who's just a year younger than me, to squash, and we loved it. Like before that, I had done football, tennis, swimming, athletics, loads of stuff that I did like, but squash, for whatever reason, I was just like, yo, this is incredible. To the point I was obsessed. So I would like go down and play every day in the summer holidays and stuff like that, because in my mind when I was 12, I was like, I'm going to be a professional squash player. And around that time, training really, really hard, became the Essex champion 3 times, I think under 13s, under 15s and under 17s. I should have under 19s, but shots. I was at that age where, you just start going out, socializing. And
so now you're reclaiming it.
I'm coming back. I'm like, hang on, that one that I didn't win, I need to get back on court and try and claim something again. Okay. But yeah, my sister was actually England #1 for different age groups. I can't remember all of them, but she's the first black English #1 in squash as well. So big up her every single time, my sister Sophie.
Yeah.
And yeah, between us, we did a lot of different stuff, whether it was playing for Essex, she played for the country, play for our clubs, play for university, all of that kind of stuff. Loads of tournaments around the UK, some international as well. And that kind of all petered out around the ages of 21, 2, I'd say. So literally just past about a decade ago, really and truly.
Just also take it back to basics for us. What is squash? Because some of us, we've never played squash.
I need to get you on a court. But yes, to be honest, squash now feels a bit like an old man's game. Not in that you need to be old to play it, but that it's a very old game. I think initially it's from like the 1800s or maybe early 1900s of when squash came through. There was a game called Fives, which is kind of like, it's almost like where Padel is now, which is like a blend of tennis and squash. That was originally the sport. Then it evolved into what squash is now. So squash is a racket sport. It's actually the best sport for you to be healthy and fit, because it burns the most calories. You have the highest heart rate when you play it. It's the most intense physically as well. So I highly recommend everyone get on a squash court at one time in your life. And it's different to tennis in that you don't hit a ball over a net. You're hitting a ball against the wall.
Right.
And the way to beat your opponent is similar to tennis in that it can only have one bounce, and that includes off a wall. And you just want to make sure your opponent, it's usually just you versus one other person, doesn't get the ball.
And it happens indoors.
Happens
as
indoors,
opposed to outside.
Yeah, indoors on a squash court is what it's called.
Do you know, it sounds so simple, but then when you said it's, you get the most fit. Do you trip up a lot? Like, because I just feel like
good hand-eye coordination, like it should be all right.
I can just see myself falling in that court. Okay, so that's your background.
Yeah, that's my background. That's what I grew up playing more than anything.
So when you've now seen the emergence of padel come in now, has it kind of like given you flashbacks? Like, oh my gosh,
100%.
This is squash, but it's just different.
I'm one of those people, my backstory includes I had an injury, so I didn't go pro.
You could have gone pro.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, my knee still hurts a bit.
Do you know, I could have gone pro as well, but I hurt my knee as well.
Is it a squash?
Yeah, no,
thing you never played. Swimming. Is it? You see us? We could have been champions.
I know.
But yeah, I only got introduced to paddle a year ago, literally in July, August last year. A friend of mine called Usman, he was actually nudging me for time, like, yo, I think you'll be good at this because it's kind of like squash, and just because I'd never heard of it, my own ignorance, I just kept me like, I'm not that interested. But I think there was one time he needed an extra player and I was free. I went down to Canary Wharf, and even just the venue, I was like, wow, this is nice.
Okay, explain the venue. What about it is so nice?
Most paddle centres are converted warehouses now. I think the Canary Wharf one is slightly different, where it's like, you know how Canary Wharf is, they're not really warehouses, it's just big grand buildings, and in one of those big grand buildings they've built these courts. And the similarity I think the evolution that paddle shows from squash. So I refer to squash as kind of more like an old man's game, in that it still looks very much the same as it did 35 years ago kind of thing, whereas paddle feels new. So when I spoke about the court for squash, there's like two main different types of courts. There's one that's all not hardboard, but like a hard cement wall on all four walls. Okay. And then you have like the coolest ones, which is 4 glass walls instead. So the room you're in, you could like see in it from outside, and you can also see out of it from inside. That's usually what professionals play on and stuff. Right. So that's sick. And whenever I play squash and I play on a court like that, I'd be like, I've made it. Like, I'm on a court like this. Paddle is sick because pretty much all of their courts have that already. So paddle is kind of like a blend between tennis and squash, in that the court looks a little bit like an indoor tennis court. You have a net in the middle. You have people on opposite sides of the net. It's usually played in doubles as well. Okay. Yeah, one of the key, and you play with a tennis ball as well. But two of the key differences is the bat. There's no strings on the bat. There's just these holes that are within the bat. It's smaller as well. And around the court, you have these glass walls as well. So you can kind of use these glass walls to hit the ball as if you were like playing squash as well.
I'm going to be so honest with you. I still don't really get it, but it sounds really fun.
It is very, very fun. It's way easier to describe, obviously, if people see it and there, obviously get involved kind of thing. Because unlike, I don't know, football's easy to describe. You kick a ball into a net, whereas because there's
but then there's the offside rule.
Yeah, when we start getting into that, that's different. Really, that's easy as well.
No, let's not even go there.
But with because there's all these little additional dynamics to paddle, even me saying it's a blend of this sport and that sport, it kind of makes it like, okay, cool, so which aspects of this sport and that sport, which is easier to demonstrate and show that than to necessarily explain it. But it is, as you said, the fastest growing sport in the world, let alone Europe. I think the UK is now the 5th biggest market for it as well, 4th or 5th biggest market for it. In 2023, there was only like 300 courts, but we're near 1,000 courts as well. So the rate it's growing in the country is huge. It's
Why do you think it's growing so fast?
Do you know, I ask people this, like when I go to the paddle clubs, I'm like, why do you play so much? Because there's people there every day, like without fail. And I think it's probably a few main reasons. One of it is that like it's not that competitive. It's more social than it is competitive. And I think because it's really easy access, you can literally just pick up a bat and someone gives you a tennis ball and you just hit it kind of thing. There's not much more you need other than that. So it's easy access. It is more social. So in that, I've seen loads of different demographics playing. Like sometimes you don't see as many women, for instance, in some of the sports that I've been at, but in paddle it seems almost 50-50, which is dope.
Love this.
Love it. It's dope. I also think tech helps. So there's one app called Playtomic. There's another one called Paddle Mates, but there's a main one called Playtomic where you can kind of see any open games. So if I was doing a game and there was a space free, you could be on the app and be like, oh, that game is free in Battersea. I want to join that game. So you could just literally just jump into pretty much any court or any available game that's out there. It could even be up north if you were like, I want to trip up north to Manchester and play in the centre there or something. But it connects people very, very well, very, very easily. So I think people just love the social aspect of it, which is really what I'm trying to tap into more as well.
Well, you've now got Shot4Shot.
There we go.
Where you're remixing it a little bit. So tell us just about the concept of Shot4Shot.
So a lot of paddle socials are pretty similar. Like they're like, okay, you get on court, you play paddle, and then at the end of it, maybe you have a pint, or there's stuff like paddle and pints that happens. The emphasis with Shot4Shot is if you've never played before, I want to create the environment where you feel comfortable enough to just go and be in the space.
So that's me. That's people like me.
You. Yeah, people like yourself who've never played before.
Okay, let's take it to bit. What do I wear?
Wear sports attire. So wear some trainers.
Okay.
What would you wear to the gym?
I would wear clothes that need chucking away, frankly. So if it's actually a social thing, so a nice gym attire.
Nice gym attire, yeah.
Because
nice
I see people wearing
that kind of vibe.
Tennis skirts. I see people wearing that.
Yeah. Come through with the tennis skirt. That's beautiful.
Because if we're socialising.
Yes, so this is a part of it as well. So with Shot4Shot, one of the things that I want padel venues to also be aware of is, as I said, a lot of them are converted warehouses, which means they have space. But the way they view space is very much more about who's on court and who's playing. Whereas, because I'm from the world of music, I kind of just look at, oh, that's a space where a DJ could be, or that's a space where some drinks could be, or that's a space where some games could be, etc. So bringing more people just in the space, so you'll have more spectators that are there, even if they're super casual and they've never seen it before, at least they're a bit more aware of it. Adapting what some of the courts could be themselves, so it's not necessarily a game of padel, it might be mini padel. So you set up like smaller nets and have different balls, or different types of games that people can do on the court as well. So even just introducing people to the environment in a different way. Okay. So that's what we're going to do at Shot4Shot. We're going to really just manipulate is not the word, but just adapt. That's what I want to say. Yeah, adapt. Yeah, adapt the space so it's welcoming for as many people as possible. Because
I kind of interrupted you when you were saying about beginners. Is it also for people that are quite advanced?
Not too advanced.
Okay.
I think
they'll get sick of us.
Yeah, I can't. Racket sports are funny because I feel like you can always really feel what level you're at in a racket sport, like whether it's badminton or tennis or anything like that. So I think if you're very competitive or if you're very good, it's probably not the space for you. I think this is very social rather than competitive. So a lot of the socials, even if they're called socials, some of them still go towards what's called your padel level ranking. And this doesn't do that at all. Like, we're not thinking about that whatsoever. We're just thinking, here's a space where you can play padel, all these other activities, and have a drink, and listen to some music, and meet some new people, and just have a vibes, man.
Okay.
More third spaces.
Okay. So when you say music, what kind of music? Are you bringing in live DJs? Can we play our own music?
No, that's an interesting one. No.
You know, I just like to throw things. This is Dragon's Den. Are we haven't got a little orc?
That could be interesting, a little orc section, but no, at the moment, no.
Okay, we've got
like,
a DJ.
At the moment, we got a DJ, yeah.
Dope.
DJ, probably just one per session. This is the first one that we're doing on the 16th of August. So we're just going to have one DJ, just make sure it goes smoothly and as right as possible. Music genres are mainly going to be R&B, hip hop, probably some garage, a bit of Afro beats, a bit of dancehall. Yeah. Very like black British music, because Jim Legacy, I'm definitely going to have to get some of his music played, like that kind of vibe.
Yes.
That's what we're going with.
You're shaming me. I ain't got any Jim on my thing today. Right, let's get the practical logistics here. Like, when is it again? What's the date?
Cool. It's on Saturday, the 16th of August, and it's going to be from 7 to 11 at a place called Rocket Padel down in Beckton. So Rocket Padel have a few venues. There's one in Ilford, Battersea, Bristol, and the latest one is in Beckton. And this one is the snazziest one. It's new, smells fresh, it looks good. Like, I know it's Beckton. Like,
sorry,
as East
Kano
London as
gave
we know,
it a bad name.
Exactly, we know the rep that Beckton has when it comes to aesthetic. But this is new. This is new, and it's only like 5 minutes from the station as well.
And how much are tickets?
Tickets vary depending on what type of ticket you get, but they start from £12.50 and go up to £25. So if you're someone who's never played padel and you also don't necessarily want to get on the court to play padel yet, that would be the £12.50 ticket, where you're more just getting general admission. You come in, you can play some of the other games, you can obviously buy drinks, you can meet people, watch padel as well. So then you're like, oh, that's what it is, kind of thing, because my explanation hasn't been sick yet.
Yeah, I need to see it.
And then the middle ticket and then the highest ticket is all included. So you get your higher racket, you get a shot, you get to play padel, you get to do the activities, and just anything else that's in the space at the time. Oh,
great. So then are we planning on making this a monthly event, a quarterly?
I want to do it probably monthly, but it also depends. Like, I would like to actually pop up in different venues, starting in London, and then who knows, nationally, and then who knows, internationally, kind of thing, and just take it from there. Right, this is the first one. So I do want the second one to hopefully be sooner than a month after, actually, but in a different space, just so I can just so I can navigate what's it like when it goes in different places more than anything.
Yeah, and also I forgot to ask, where do people get tickets?
There's a place called Place.
Place.
The website is called Place. Yeah, there's a platform called Place, which you can find. I think it's place.ltd on Instagram, but yeah, place.com I believe, or place.ltd. That's where people get tickets, or you can follow at Shot4Shot on Instagram, and the link is right there in the bio as well.
Well, I think you sold it to a lot of us.
I hope so. I hope people come. Just get a drink,
yeah,
little vibes.
Yeah.
Pick up a bat or don't.
Or
it's
don't.
Up to you.
But drink responsibly.
100%. That's a big thing that we're really just trying to make sure we measure that one.
Yeah, exactly. Because it is more about the fitness and bringing people together and just being healthy. A healthy alternative to meeting people and going out in London as well.
100%.
Well, thank you very much.
No, thank
Lemzi.
you, man. Thank you for bringing me on here, man, and talking about this. This is important.
It is. And I feel like, you only do amazing things. And I'm saying that because we've got your track in the system. What that is, we only do amazing things.
That's right, yeah.
So just to ask, though, because you are a musician as well, even though you ventured on this, which I think you should venture on different things that you're passionate about, where are we at with the music? Could you say? I know I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, no, that's fine, man. I feel this 2025 has kind of been like a step back a little bit from publicly doing stuff in music. I'm still writing and still making music. I still have a lot of plans and ideas for music, but I even have a single for Shot4Shot that I wrote. So I was
going to ask this as well. Yeah, dope.
I've got a song. I need to go to the studio. I think that's the main thing for me. I haven't been going to sit down with an engineer. So engineers, if you're listening, hit me up, because I've got just stems that I need to send to people just to get mixed and mastered. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm in this this space of making demos and just kind of like resting, and then I'll be back to things hopefully before the end of this year, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have sat in that seat where you're sitting right now. Last week you had Jammer saying, take the desperation out of art, just make it because it's art. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
So, and that includes pausing sometimes, resting, resetting, thinking, okay, what do I want to express right now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And also just explore. We had Bashi sat there as well, actor and musician. Yeah. So you just, doing it all.
No, and I've seen some dope live performances, including Bashi, which has been very inspiring of like, just tell your story, but don't rush. Like Bashi's released, this might be his first album.
In a while. Yeah, first album
like 15 years or something. Yeah, 16 years.
Yeah.
We need that. People like Jammer, BBK doing a whole festival and not headlining, but doing big sets at Glastonbury and stuff. Like, even saw Kendrick yesterday.
Oh, yes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. And gigs. Gigs.
Yeah.
Incredible.
You remind me, I've got to talk about that as well.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of just like reminders basically at the moment. Yeah. But at the moment, I'm enjoying just being a fan as well, and then absorbing what I need to, and then we'll do what I need to do soon.
Okay, well, I think it's only right we only do amazing things.
Let's go.
So over to you. I'm going to leave this to you to introduce your track and maybe to remind us one more time about Shot4Shot.
Cool. So this is We Only Do Amazing Things, aka What At, from my debut album called Lucky. If you like trap, jazz, all of that kind of stuff, you'll enjoy this one. But find me and the rest of the people at Shot4Shot on Saturday the 16th of August in Rocket Padel, Beckton. Boom.